So one day I confront her and I'm like, listen, don't call my house anymore. I know it's you. No, Rita, what are you talking about? I don't know. What are you talking about? That's not me. I wonder who's doing that. And I'm like, just like, cut the you know what. You know it's you. Hi guys, welcome back to the Onyx Family Podcast. I'm Rita.
I'm Rathel.
I'm Shalom.
I'm Shiloh.
Shasha.
And Sinead.
So, we just want to talk, what's up, guys? What's up? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Hey, what are you talking about?
You know what I was saying. Let's talk. Let's rap.
No.
I don't know. Rita's trying to sound black right now. But what is sounding black, honestly?
Okay, yeah. Guys, basically what I did was I am talking like that because we got into the discussion as a family. Like, who sounds the blackest? Now, I'm going to tell you guys, when I was younger, and, not trying to make this sad, I was called Oreo and all sorts of stuff. And so what I did was I had a little tape recorder. And so what I would do is practice on how to sound black. So my favorite saying that I was really, really, really trying to master was, you know what I'm saying? You know. What's up? I used to do it over and over and over.
Wow.
What's up? I don't know. It was the way I was saying. I was supposed to be like, what's up?
What's up?
What's up? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I kept doing.
Black guys don't even say that, though. Black men do.
Well, what happened was I got on the phone and I was talking to this guy who lived in like close to Compton. Mm-hmm. So he's like black, and I lived in like the Valley. Okay. And I'm in California.
Okay.
And so when he called, he was talking with me and then he said, listen, my friend wants to talk to you. And I said, oh my goodness, this is my time. I'm going to make my debut. No. So I get on the phone. He gets on the phone, the friend, he goes, hey. And I go, what's up? You know what I'm saying.
Oh my goodness.
First of all, like Shasha said, girls don't even do that. It's like dudes. So you're like, he's like, what? Am I talking to a dude or am I talking to a girl?
So I look back on it. Why did I do that? But so this is what happened though. He was like, huh? And I'm like, what's up? I start going totally in this like black character. Anyway, he gives the phone back to my friend because he's not having a normal conversation with me because I am trying to sound black. Now, what I hear in between as he's passing the phone, I hear, is she white?
So even you trying to sound black, you still sounded white.
He said, is she white? Now, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with sounding it, but it's just that I was trying to represent my identity. So when he said that with me trying, I literally got so mad. So my friend gets on the phone and I'm like, you know what? And this is probably when I did sound the blackest because I went off on some rant. And he was like, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, nothing. I gotta go. Anyway, that was my
That's funny. That is funny. Besides the fact that there is no sounds black, because like black people, we talk in all sorts of different ways. Like I am talking like the way I talk and I'm black. So this is how black people sound too.
See, and the thing about black also is it's culture. So like, for example, when my family heard him for the first time, they were like, oh, when he was off the phone and I was just talking with my family because it was on the phone that they met. They were like, oh, telling me banana, Rita, I didn't know you were dating a Jamaican. And they were putting on their like Caribbean, their fake Caribbean voices.
Oh, please, as if your family's not Caribbean themselves.
Well, they had some Caribbean.
They're not really Caribbean.
On her grandparents' side.
But
it's like back. It's like they weren't born in the Caribbean.
No.
On her father's side, they have they're Panamanian, and so the challenge is that when I heard your grandmother, not your mom, because your mom is African American, totally African American, but when I heard your grandmother on your dad's side, she sounded like she was like completely Hispanic.
Yeah,
right.
Like
exactly.
I almost did not even.
That's the hilarious part. So they were like, Rita, I didn't know you were dating a Jamaican, and then when I talked to Marthel again, they were like, is your grandmother is she Hispanic?
Mexican? Is she Hispanic?
Like, what is she? And I was just like laughing.
But I feel like I don't sound Jamaican like when I'm talking like this.
I don't hear it at all.
But a lot of people do hear it though.
No, yeah.
A lot of people hear it.
Our friends hear it. But every time you're on the phone with some family member, you put it on.
You just
you turn it up to the nth degree.
But I'm not even, I wasn't even born from Jamaica, but everybody on my mom's side, everyone on my dad's side. So, it just kind of comes a little bit natural.
You sound
a little bit.
Somewhere Canadian, to be honest.
Yeah.
I feel like I sound Canadian. I think that the Jamaican only comes out when I try to put it on when I'm talking to family members.
Fake Jamaican accent.
You guys You guys sound exactly like how American sounds when they're trying to be Jamaican. Yeah, man. She said, yeah, man. She said, yeah, man. That's so.
No, but you know what's funny? Because in Living Color, when they used to have that sketch where it was like a Jamaican family on In Living Color, and they used to say, I got 2-3 jobs. You know, oh, you're lazy. I got 6 jobs. Yeah, man. I used to be like, yeah, that's Jamaican. It's like,
Oh my goodness.
why not? I did not know that was not.
Right.
I don't know. It just didn't occur to me that was super fake.
No, even like
super
World,
fake.
RDC World is like a skit channel. When I was watching one of their videos, remember we were watching a video. It was like Hood Olympics, and they were playing Jamaicans. They're African American. I could tell because they were like bow, bow, yeah. I was like, this is so African.
Well, yeah, I think they're like in Texas. So yeah,
Yeah, but like I don't know. So growing up, I was kind of sad that I didn't have an accent because growing up, we used to live near like
a lot of Jamaicans.
Right.
Stuff, and
Y'all
so-
sound like me.
and Africans too. And so like
Right.
there's like the Africans, there's the Jamaicans, and then there's the African Americans who have their accents from the South and stuff.
Yeah, but not where we lived for a while because we lived in Toronto for a bit, and it was like we were like the only Black Americans, except for maybe like 2 other people I knew.
Well, I used to have a New Yorker accent, but I don't even know how I even got it. Like,
Well, we all know how you got it from watching Super Mario.
Super Mario, right?
no,
Yes.
Yes,
no,
yes.
no,
Yes.
no. First off, I don't even know how to even sound New York anymore because I forgot.
It was
It's been
coming
years.
natural.
Yeah, it was
I know
coming
it
natural.
was natural.
You used to
You
watch
watch
Super
so much
Mario
Super Mario.
so much. You would be like, "Hey, your dad, it was good."
That's not a
That's not what he sounded like.
He actually had the New York twang, like literally sounded like he came from the city. We never lived in New York City. We
It would
lived
be
in
like
Buffalo.
like,
we did not live in New York City. There's no New York
Right.
City accent in Buffalo. I'll tell you that.
No, it was like core or something. I'm gonna go to the core. It was
like it came from
this is
Brooklyn.
like a Brooklyn accent.
I'm not quite sure how he got it.
Have you heard of a lot of kids these days are speaking British because they're watching Peppa Pig?
I have heard.
It's a whole pandemic of kids. They're, like,
Yes. way.
adults, you guys
Why are we
No way. No way.
Parents are literally recording their kids. They're speaking like, "Hello, mom."
Hello.
Hello, Mumsy.
They're literally on the news. It's literally on the news, and I was like, that could have been Shiloh too.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
That is hilarious.
A lot of Peppa Pig, but I never sounded British in my life.
Well, a lot of kids are like they're like, because they think it's like fun.
Yeah, I think when you started watching Peppa Pig at a certain age, and you're not gonna pick it up. But if you start young,
Yeah, if you start young, because Shal was really young when he was watching Super Mario, like really young.
right?
Oh, so is that like the theory? Like when you watch something over and over as a kid, you're gonna like pick up the accent.
Okay, let's see. What did you guys watch when you were younger that made you talk the way you talk? A lot of Disney Channel. SpongeBob. You talk like SpongeBob?
I mean, I think we got our acting gimmick from shows like Disney shows. So.
Probably Disney, Nickelodeon.
Yeah, our
And you have to,
personalities.
the thing is, you have to really like talk like this on Disney.
Do you guys have a show voice and a regular voice? Like, you know how some people, you gotta fake your voice.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Even when I started the podcast, because when like we're all talking, I'm just talking, but I'm not going, "Hi guys, welcome to the Onyx." I'm like, "Hi guys, welcome to the Onyx Family
You're more
Podcast."
chipper.
Right, it's a little bit more chipper, but we're more like laid back.
And you should see us before a video. You know how we're all like, "Okay,
Yeah.
guys, do this."
Yeah.
And then we start the video. I was like, "Hey guys."
Yeah, action. But it's sort of like, just like low tone.
When I talk to you guys, my voice is deeper, but when I'm talking like on camera, my voice is infinitely higher.
Yeah.
Like I don't think I just talk like maybe I do. I don't know.
So I don't know, is that like faking it? Like, are we being our true selves, or is that just another part of our true selves? Like, because I feel like everybody does it. I feel like all actors, all people in, celebrities, they either turn it up or they do something different.
That's the thing.
Right.
Turning up or turning on.
Have you ever met a celebrity where the celebrity is literally completely different than their character, and then you're expecting
Recently we met
Yeah,
someone,
I mean, yes.
and they seemed extremely different than what I expected them to be.
Yeah.
I expected them to be like turned up, and they were
yeah.
the exact opposite.
Right.
Not
I know.
that it was bad.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, not that it was bad. It was just like,
You don't expect it. You're
Yeah.
Because
Just
when you're seeing someone constantly in your setting, you're just fully expecting them to act the way they act on
Right.
whatever they're on.
Right. I expected them to be on like another level.
yeah, this person was
And
chill.
then they
This
were
person
just,
yo,
the
what's
complete
up?
op- they were just so calm, so chill. I felt like, man, I could just sleep right now. Not that it was boring, but it was just so relaxing.
Relaxing.
Right. You
So
just
relaxing.
Who was that person?
Yeah, different. Now we're not gonna go there.
Wait.
Nope, we're not even gonna say.
No. Wait, I was like,
After.
But didn't like Kim Kardashian's daughter like call out Kim Kardashian for that?
Really?
Yeah, I just saw it. It was funny because she's like, "Why do you sound like that when you do videos?" And then Kim Kardashian was like, "What do you mean? What do I sound like? What?" And then North, she was going, "Hi guys, this is my video." Like she was making fun of her mom like that.
Oh,
He was
wow.
like, I don't sound like that. And then the Penelope, which I think is the other daughters,
the nieces.
Yeah,
her nieces.
What was it? What's her mother's name? Courtney.
Courtney?
Yeah, Courtney's daughter was like, "Yeah, actually, you do."
so hold on. How old are they?
I think they're 8
Kids. I don't know.
They,
Oh, wow.
Are they really 8 already? What?
So I wonder what Kim Kardashian actually sounds like then. Like, what is her regular voice? Is she like, "Hey, what's up, man?"
I've never met her.
You know, like, we don't know. Like, it could be that way because we were watching Paris Hilton, her documentation.
Yeah, documentary,
and, yeah. And it's just like, her voice is way deeper than what, she'd been put on.
Not like deep, but like, it's just deep.
It was more normal tone. I remember years ago, you and I watched The Simple Life.
Right.
And I thought it was interesting because on The Simple Life, she pretended like she didn't know, like, what is a mop and what is a sponge? What do I do with this? And her voice was higher. And then you see in the documentary that not only is her voice completely different, but because she had gone away to one of those schools where they make you,
Less disciplinary.
Yeah,
actions and
disciplinary
everything.
school. She knew really how to clean. She knew how to do all of that. But for the camera, you gotta like ham it up. You gotta turn it up.
Right.
Yeah.
Because she sounds like the average 2000s bombshell, Pink, and like you never know that stuff.
Yeah, very prissy. But in that show, I also learned that her sister said that she is more like a guy. Like she acts a lot. She like guys things, and she acts a lot like a guy, like a tomboy. Right. So she put on a completely different persona.
Right.
Yeah.
But she even says it herself. Paris even says it herself in her documentary that all of this is like a character.
Right.
It's a character. And even her mom said it.
Yeah, she said she prefers to be in her sweats and stuff in the documentary and stuff, rather than, in all the dresses and stuff like that. She just wants to...
She sounds like me, honestly.
But she knows what she's got to do to make it. She changes every 2 hours in a new outfit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She gets sent clothes and she tries it on and takes
Every
a
2
picture.
hours,
Every 2
every day, even if there's not a film,
takes a
even if
picture.
she's not filming.
Wait, no, she takes a picture in it. Not
For
like,
what?
Not like for herself.
Where do you have to dress? Like what?
For Instagram, of course.
For her Instagram.
Well, I don't even know if she posts all of them on Instagram, to be
know.
honest.
Do you know what also shot me? That she's a DJ, and that's what she likes to do.
What the?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a DJ, like a real DJ.
She's
like,
a real DJ.
Full-time DJ. She's big too.
and she's big.
We saw her perform for Wonderland in was it Belgium? It was like hundreds of thousands of people there.
Thousands
Yeah,
and
she does all
thousands of
that.
people. Yeah.
Yeah.
She does all that, yeah.
Yeah. Like DJ Khaled.
This is like you telling me right now that Beyonce is a secret footballer. Like
Right. So she has. So when you see people like that, when you see people like Paris, or when you probably you can say the Onyx family, like you honestly don't really know who people are.
you don't.
You don't know. They could be anybody. Like
bad.
good or bad. Like you just don't know people because you don't know what the front that they're showing, the mask that they're showing, versus who they really are on the inside.
Right. That's true. Well, I mean, I think for us, I think that now with the podcast, you guys are getting to know us just a bit more.
Yeah.
But I mean,
I
honestly, unless you probably lived with us, you wouldn't really know us.
Right.
Like maybe, you know, I mean, maybe our close friends or family that know us. But, I don't think though that what we do though is any sort of like clickbait. Now I know on YouTube, clickbait has like this connotation of when you put a title on there or a thumbnail on there that makes people say, oh my goodness, I gotta watch that. And then it turns out to be something completely false or completely different. And I mean, I think every YouTuber has done that. But the term clickbait, that is such a new term. So recently we saw the Netflix series Clickbait. And guys, all I will say is that you will never guess who was the person that started everything going.
Right, because the premise of the show is that somebody died, somebody got killed, and it's like one of those who did it things.
Well, the thing is, what it was is he was kidnapped on his way to work, and later his family just happened to randomly see this video where he looked like he had been beaten, and he was holding a sign that said, I abuse women, and if this video gets 5 million views, I die. And then another sign that also said, I killed a woman. Now, like I said, we're not going to say what happens, but that was clickbait right there. Because anybody that sees that thumbnail, 5 million views, I die, now you have a moral responsibility. Are you going to click on it? You know, are you going to add to the view? Or now are you going to let your curiosity get you and you want to click on it to see it?
Can I just say that at one point when I was watching the episode, the sister was just like constantly just watching it, and I was like, "Girl, you're like causing this."
Yeah.
Can you go to but you can visit the video without turning it on, right?
No.
And see the views.
That's adding a view.
No. It's only, was she watching it constantly?
Yes.
That she was adding a view.
Yeah.
I had thought about that, but then I thought what she was doing was that she was going to the page to see the
no
views.
page for a video.
Yeah.
Video. It's not like YouTube. It's not like YouTube. It's just it's an original page.
Like when you press on.
It was an original page on there.
Yeah, I don't think it was like YouTube where you see the views.
Because it wasn't really YouTube. It was like some other made up site.
Okay, because like I had YouTube on the mind, so I was like, okay, I'll associate it with that.
But here's the thing: like you start to think like, this person must have did it. That person must have did it. And it just seemed like not obvious, but kind of obvious. But the person that ended up like is like blow your mind, like mind blown.
They actually could have called this series Catfish.
Yes.
Because that was really what happened, catfish. And I don't know, Shiloh, do you know what catfish means?
Yes, like when you pretend to be someone and you're actually not them.
Oh, okay. So you
online, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I mean,
do you think nowadays, guys, that it's easy to be catfish?
Yes.
definitely.
Yes.
Definitely.
see. I think that the problem is that people are so thirsty for emotional relationships that they don't vet people who they're talking to. And if that person keeps on giving them excuses, it feels so good that relationship, that friendship that they have, that they'll just keep on giving people a pass.
Yeah.
But for me, I'm sorry. Like if I was out there making friends online, if I wasn't married and I was looking for a relationship, one of the things I would have to see is I would have to FaceTime the person. At least. I don't care where they live, at least FaceTime.
Well, I think for me, I think it's harder to catfish nowadays than I think it was when the internet first came out.
Really?
Because when the internet first came out, we didn't have all this video aspect to it.
Oh, so now if you ask someone to FaceTime and they say no, then it's like, obviously then you might just want to show your face.
That's all I'm saying. And nowadays it's almost expected that you have some sort of internet presence. So it's like, where are you? Are you on LinkedIn? Are you on Instagram?
Right.
Are you on
Snapchat?
TikTok? Are you on YouTube? Yeah, even LinkedIn, because I'm trying to include even the older adults.
Older adults,
That's
right.
why when you're in the dating scene, right? And then like you check on someone's profile, like, and you just see they have nothing on their profile. It's like,
right. And that's exactly, and that's why I knew Shiloh was going to say LinkedIn, but there's a certain group of people who are a certain age that it's like, well, at least you got to at least be there.
Yeah, because when you're dating, when you're older, you're actually interested in who is this person? Do they make money?
Right.
It's not just like, oh, she's cute, he's cute. Like, do you make money? Do you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You even have to go deeper and like, I mean, this might be going into a different topic, stalking, but like, you kind of have to like put names in and say, did they get a criminal record or whatever.
Right. No, but it's true because like, especially back in the day too, we used to have like chat rooms and you were instructed, don't put your real name, make up a name. So that's how we grew up thinking, okay, you got to make sure you can put a fake name so that nobody knows you. And the whole premise was to be as anonymous as possible. And now that the internet has evolved, now it's like the complete opposite. You got to be authentic. You got to be, you got to make sure that you're showing yourself. And now the problem is now I think people probably reveal too much. Probably. And now there's no privacy, but
doesn't it kind of annoy you, or maybe that's the wrong word, annoy, but doesn't it set up red flags when you see somebody and they don't put up any pictures, no recent pictures? They usually have that like little shadow thing. And if you go to any of their sites, they don't have any personal information, nothing. Don't you just say to yourself, wait a second, what's going on here? Who is this person? Why are you? And the reason why I say that is because sometimes people try to friend me, right? Friend requests. And I'll be like, okay, well, let me see if I know you. Okay, you have a few mutual friends. So that means that you must be either like spamming or something. Okay, so now let me just check out your page. Nothing. No pictures, no. I'm like, no, you're not going to be my friend. Like, I don't know you.
I guess there's like two sides to this because there's people who are not into social media, right? And they're just focused on, living their life and everything like that. But then there's the side that, maybe you should be able to like have a social media presence just to let people know who you are, your job. Because, even jobs are looking at your tweets and stuff and your LinkedIn.
That's true.
And maybe even your Instagram and social media. Mm. So I think there's like both sides to the story, but it depends probably what you are in life.
I don't know. I think that you definitely need to. I think it's one of those necessities in life now.
Yeah.
There's
no choice now.
Right.
We have a few family members that have false names.
Oh, I know.
What?
on their socials.
Yeah.
Wink.
Totally made up names.
Totally made up.
Well, they go to the extreme with with catfishing. So one episode of Catfish, this guy was convinced that he had a relationship with Katy Perry. So much that he bought an engagement ring for her. And when it found out that he was being catfished, he still wouldn't believe it. So even if he saw the catfish, and it was really sad.
No, I'm sorry. There might be some emotional, mental, psychological issues going on.
And,
if you think that you're going to be with a celebrity,
I just want to know who it turned out to be.
I know, a random person.
Like male, female.
I forgot. But see, there's another one where this girl was catfishing her cousin because he fat shamed her, so she was getting back at the cousin.
Whoa. You know, that's the thing. What I learned from the show Catfish, what I learned actually was that people are not doing this always to look for love. Mm-hmm. They're people who make a sport out of it. Mm-hmm. That's one. People who are trolling, people who are trying to get back at someone, and sometimes people who are just like, I don't know, just bored. It's just like, how do you play with someone's emotions like that?
Yeah.
And the people are all devastated. That's why that show Clickbait, you'll never guess who it was, because it was one of those where you're just like, wait, what? Why? And when you think about like catfishing, like a lot of times I think people like really just assume the person that is catfishing is really emotionally invested, and they're really not. A lot of times. Now, like I said, we're not even talking about like stalking, because catfishing can range all the way from stalking to, like I said, people who are just kind of like, it was just something to do.
Right.
So that's why you got to really be careful about who you talk to online. Can you guys tell me right now that you guys know everybody you've spoken to online?
I don't really speak to people online. And when I do, I just comment on their photos, but I don't go to the point where I'm like, hey, let's meet up, or hi, how are you doing? That's not me.
I don't talk to people online. Responding to stories, like, oh, that's a cool photo, but usually you can see the person. Like, people
usually you can see the person on Instagram.
Like all spam accounts, like.
Yeah, no.
I know mostly everyone online, so I mean, yeah.
Like you know them like in real life, like from real life, or
you've seen their face.
Yeah. But like, you can just be like a gaming buddy, and you don't even have to just show your face. Like,
right. It's not that deep when you're gaming.
It's not that deep. But if you have like
a relationship,
with them, like of course you have to check.
Wait, so people who game don't really know who they're gaming with?
Not really. Not all the time.
You don't really need to, because sometimes when you're on online, you just game together, but you don't necessarily have to necessarily.
Exactly.
You're just gaming. You're just having fun. It's just like hanging out.
If you're like, yo, I'm feeling some sort of like affection, then of course you're gonna have to at least get some. Get some proof or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
What about your shit?
It is for me, and I would not recommend doing this, but I did used to go and like chat with strangers on Omegle.
Oh, Omegle.
And I don't recommend doing that. So I would say no, I did not know every person that I talked to online.
I did not approve of that. I found out after.
Wait, when was this?
Years ago.
No.
Years ago.
Yeah.
How many times did you do that?
Just like a couple times, but not like, it's not like I was doing it like every
Was that when you got in trouble?
Yes, that's when I got in trouble.
When we found
like
out,
16
we put
or
a stop
17.
to that. Quick.
Because you don't listen. When you're young, you can make some dumb decisions. So, like that's why I'm saying I don't recommend doing that.
I hear a lot of
you
people on Omegle for fun. I'm like,
the thing about Omegle is though, at least you see the people.
No, there's two different.
Oh well,
no. There's a chat one where you can see people, and then there's one where it's just words.
Oh, I didn't know.
I never did the video one. I would never.
Like, your anxiety would never.
No, because on Omegle, the videos can get sometimes really.
Really
exactly.
Wow. Omegle, this is the first time I've even heard of.
It's very popular.
It's very popular. I've heard of Omegle. I've seen
I just can't keep up. I can't keep up with society's new stuff.
Yeah, I've never used Omegle. I remember coming home from school and hearing, "You've got mail." Now, I was like you. I was making unwise decisions because AOL was so new. It was so crazy to be able to just speak to, different people online. Mm-hmm. And I remember just like this whole world opened up. This is even before the World Wide Web. We didn't even know about what the World Wide Web was. All we knew was like chat rooms. That was it. And so to see how it started from that to, where we are today. And then people, like the internet has been around long enough, I think, where I can't really understand why certain people are still being tricked, why people are still being allowed to do certain things. Like, I don't get it, but I also know as a parent that you can do your best. And if your child wants to do something because they've heard about it or whatever, they're going to do it.
They'll find a way.
They
will find a phone, some type of burner phone or something, and then they will have a secret account, hide the phone, and you'll be regulating their phone that you gave them. They got another phone.
All you can
burner phone. phone.
Oh, my friend did
I remember,
that.
yeah.
Your friend got a phone that
had a burner phone.
What's a burner phone?
it's like a second phone.
A second phone that
nobody else knows that you have.
Good phone, Shasha.
Pay for
No. It's just basically just for internet, basically, because you can still connect it to internet. You don't have to necessarily have and if especially if you connect your same Apple account. Say you connect your Apple account, you can still get messages from Apple account and stuff like that.
And you can still text.
Yeah.
It's limited. There's limited things on certain phones, but the concept is getting another phone and connecting it, and your parents. We're not trying to teach you.
We're revealing all the secrets for all the parents out there. So to
check underneath the mattress.
Why do people have a need to even do that? Like,
Because they want to do whatever they want.
Right.
I don't know. Like, for me, I think that for a lot of people, catfishing, I think, has been around even before the internet. And I just want to talk about like something that happened in like my high school. Yeah. Now, it wasn't me, but it was a friend of mine. And I don't even know who all watches this. So you might be familiar if you maybe went to high school with me and you know what happened. But I won't say names, but there was someone I went to high school with, and she brought a picture of her brother. And this brother looked nothing like her. I mean, nothing. And not to say she was not, good looking. I don't know. But the brother was fine. I mean, he was one of the most good looking. He was like the best looking person outside of
someone like me, myself.
But he was
Thank you.
like, he was just like
bigging
one
up
of the
this
best
guy.
looking people we've ever seen. Like, we all look at this guy and we all went, that's your brother? No. And immediately I already knew this is not her brother. Also, the picture looked like it was cut out of a yearbook. Okay. That's your brother, and that's the only type of picture you have, like a yearbook cutout picture. Something's not right. But immediately, some other girls were like, introduce me. I wasn't saying that because I knew that this is not real.
Thirsty. First of all, I just want to just say thirsty.
Yeah.
When you're absolutely thirsty, you will allow yourself to go anywhere imaginary. But
the interesting thing though is that the girl that ended up saying like, introduce me now, she was the least thirstiest out of everybody because she'd had a lot of boyfriends at that time. I don't think I even had a boyfriend ever at that time. So, or if I did, it was like nothing. It was like, like, I like you, but that should have been me more like, but right. I could see immediately like, oh yeah, this is not real. So I was surprised at the person who did fall for that. Now it was almost so that she was targeted because that girl really wanted to be like best friends with the girl that she was going to introduce her brother to. Okay. So now they start talking. And I hear through the grapevine that they've been talking on the phone every night. And I said to the girl, the brother and the girl that the sister introduced her to, which is another friend of ours. Okay. So I hear that they're talking every night.
So she's not going to recognize her voice?
Well, no, but this is the thing. We don't know what happened yet, though. Just wait. So I'm like, so you're talking to the brother every night. Like, what are y'all talking about? Oh, Rita, he is, oh my goodness, he's so understanding. He's like my best friend. He makes me laugh. Oh. We talk about everything. Oh. Rita, like he tells me about his practice. Okay. Because not only was he like this like model looking guy, he also was on the UCLA football team, supposedly. Oh, okay. First of all, his face was way too pretty for that. And I was like, really? And I'm like, so immediately I'm like, and this is before we had the internet like we have it now. Because I was like,
you couldn't even search a person.
I wanted to search it up. So a group of other people, we started trying to get information, like how do we get the roster of the UCLA? And then we asked the sister, can we have a roster? Can you show us like who it is?
Y'all asking for receipts.
Yeah, we were. And she's like, oh yeah, I'll bring it tomorrow. Oh, sure. Anyway, so now I'm hearing that this is progressing now. Now they're not just talking. Now they're dating. I said, so you met him then? No, we haven't met in person, but we're going to. We're about to meet in person. But I love him. He loves me, and we are like we're.
Let me just tell you, this sounds disastrous.
It sounds like.
Oh my goodness!
I'm totally like, what? Now, the sister. She now starting to act weird.
So the girl that is saying that she had a brother is starting to act weird.
She's starting to act weird because she's starting to act weird with me. I'm the one kind of raising the alarm with people like, this isn't normal. I don't think this is real. She doesn't like that I'm doing that. I forgot to say though, she was a new student. So this wasn't even someone like we had known over the years. This was a new student that year. Nobody knew her outside of, school.
Red alarms.
Right. And we were at a school where a lot of us have been interconnected for years because it was a church school and we all kind of went to different churches around LA. So we knew each other. Like a lot of people, like even if you didn't know someone, like someone didn't know me per se, someone might know like a lot of my other friends.
And nobody knew this person.
But nobody knew her. So she started acting weird with me. She started trying to get close to my good friends. She would say, Rita, what grade did you get on this test? Then she would go around and tell everybody that was her grade. I played the violin and the clarinet and the viola. And all of a sudden she was like, oh, I actually play the violin too. And I play the clarinet. Yes, I played the clarinet. And I actually got an award for playing the clarinet. And I'm like, really?
Wait.
I said, you play the clarinet and the violin too?
You play the clarinet?
Yeah, mommy played. You played like 5. She played the clarinet, viola.
Oh my goodness.
Violin, piano,
bass clarinet.
Bass clarinet.
I can't see you ever do that.
Yeah,
I did for years.
Where?
So basically, I was just like, okay, this is really weird. Then one day, we're outside of this hallway. It's just a few of us. Everybody was in class, but for some reason, we were like just about to go into class. She drops on the ground and she starts having like a seizure. And I said, what? I'm like totally shocked. But something made me go, I don't know if this is real, but maybe just in case it is. Because, at this point, I didn't have any medical training, right? So we're like, let's call 911. We're like, so we go get somebody from the office, and by the time she's back, she's like, no, I'm fine.
So hold on. Just curiosity. Did she like fall out after you started trapping her into questions?
Yes. All I know is that it wasn't like I was questioning her right at that moment when she started pretending she was having a seizure. It was when I started raising like questions, and I don't know if she was trying to maybe make me more sympathetic towards her by pretending like I have some seizure disorder. So when I get the person from the office, she's all like, no, I'm fine. And the woman's like, are you sure? Let's maybe you should go home. She goes, no, I'm totally okay. It just happens every now and then. We're like, well, where's your medication? I forgot it. Now at this point, I'm just watching like, this is so fake.
This is an accident.
And I didn't even have, like I said, medical training at that point. You guys now know that I was a nurse practitioner before I was doing all this now. So now I know what it looks like when people pass out. And that was not that. This was way
looking back,
she
you're
protected
like, wow.
her head, okay? When she fell down. That is not normal. So anyways, the person from the office leaves and she fakes like she's having another one. Now at this point, I'm like, all right, you're gonna be all right, and I just kind of like go in the classroom, and because I knew she was faking, so
you just left her on the floor.
Well, she was trying to come out of it, and everybody else was all worked up, and I didn't want to look like bad, but I was like, I kind of went in the room like she'll be okay, and so basically I was like, man, this is really weird. Then I started to get all these prank phone calls, and I'm like, okay, this behavior, and I knew who it was. So one day I confront her and I'm like, listen, don't call my house anymore. I know it's you. No, Rita, what are you talking about? I don't know. What are you talking about? That's not me. I wonder who's doing that. And I'm like, just like, cut the what. It's you. Just stop.
Right.
So at this point, I'm like, I just got to stay away from this girl because this is like, she's catfishing this other person. This is before we even knew the word catfish, but she's like faking it with this other person. She's acting really weird with me. I don't really know what's going on. So now everybody's starting to think like maybe something is up.
Wait, that took you guys that long?
So
I have a question. How long did all this span? Like
man, I would say
was it the full school year, or was it?
I wouldn't say the full. It was like almost the full school year.
That is a long
because
time.
people were not wanting to see the truth.
That is a
they
long
were not.
time.
So basically,
how did this resolve?
So what happened was our friend who was like saying that
Dating
she was
the
now
brother.
going out, right? Mm-hmm. She says, you know what? I'm going to go and I'm just going to spontaneously go to the house because I've been trying to meet him for a long time. And this is just like, I got to know if it's really him. Now, she told me recently that the brother supposedly got braces recently. And I said, braces? I saw his picture. Like, guys, he looked like he would perfect everything.
So why would he have braces?
Why is he needing braces? So this is just key to the story, okay? So I'm like, what are you saying? I said, because, I said that he sounds a lot like his sister. And then all of a sudden now he gets braces.
He can't speak?
So now
he's not gonna
it would change the way he speaks, right?
Huh.
So I said, So she said, yeah, I'm going to go and we're going to just spontaneously go to the house. So next week, I'm wondering, okay, like what happened? What ended up happening? Because I noticed that there were people who were usually at school. They weren't there. And so the friend of ours, her her best friend comes to me and she says to me, let me tell you what happened. We went by the house.
After talking on the phone.
Yeah. And we pretended we were on the phone. But what we did was we were like, oh, like, hold on a second. Because what they did was they got on a phone. Because remember, this is before cell phones.
Right.
They got on a phone very close to where her house was.
Like a payphone or something?
Home. Yeah. To make sure she was home. And then we're like, hold on a second. Then they left it off the hook, raced to the house so that she couldn't leave. They go to the house. She opens the door. The sister opens the door and they see that she has foil on her teeth. Okay.
That's crazy.
Yes.
Listen.
She went deep. She went all in.
Y'all, I didn't know that they had that kind of plan. I didn't know that they called in the payphone, drove over. Like, this sounds like a whole movie.
It was. It's like something you see on TV. And they said,
but she was in full character. Like, was she dressed like? Did she have like a tie on? And
that girl always dressed like
a guy. Oh, okay.
So it was like she already was like that. Now she had the braces. They opened the door and they kind of like barge in. There's no pictures of the brother. There's no one there.
And she has foil on her teeth.
It was her. Like we knew this whole time.
Man.
But guys, the sad part about this is really devastated my friend. Not so much like she felt like, oh, the love of my life. Nothing like that. It was embarrassment. And she felt humiliated. So later, what happened was her best friend actually took me to the side and she said, Rita, I want to make an apology. And I'm speaking on behalf of her as well. We want to apologize to you because we really should have believed you from the beginning. I didn't know this was happening, but apparently the fake sister, was speaking really bad about me behind my back because she was trying to now poison their minds against me. And she's like, we couldn't figure out why was she so angry with you? Why was she always rolling her eyes behind your back and speaking all this garbage about you? But now we get what she was doing and we want to apologize. And I was like, listen, you don't even have to apologize to me. I was just trying to warn you guys because I didn't want anybody to get hurt. Now, this is the thing. She takes like probably 2 weeks off of school because she doesn't want to face everybody. The other girl also is not coming to school.
Oh my goodness.
Now we're coming towards the end of school now, right? And
they have to come back for exams.
There's more to the story?
Yes, because now it's just like, now what happens when they see each other, right? Because,
Oh no.
But,
goodness.
But all I know is that the girl who did this catfishing, she came back first and everybody knew it had happened. And we were at an assembly. The whole school was there. She comes in, she stands behind everybody. We're all seated and we don't even know she's there until we get dismissed and we all get up from our seats and we all see her and everyone's like, oh my goodness, like, I can't believe she's here. Now she's crying. She's crying. She's standing back there and nobody except for one person, I think, reached out to her. And it was another friend of mine who reached out to her and she was being like kind to her. And everyone was like, what are you doing? Why are you talking to her? Like, look what she did. She's like, I know she made a mistake, but I still want
that was really nice.
You know who this person is. And I still want to, be kind to her. I still want to be nice to her. Wow. And years later, I mean, the way the thing ended, I don't even think they ever saw each other face to face again after that. I don't know because I honestly don't remember them being at school at the same time again after that because we had finals and then we were just kind of like moved on.
A year older?
Yes. But she didn't come back to school for that next year, except one day, the girl who catfished, next year, she wasn't even a student, but one day she just decided to come on campus and was like, hey, Rita, what's up?
What?
And then she was like asking for different people. And we were in class and I go in the classroom, I was like in English class and I go into English class and I say to like some of the people there, like, do you know who's out there? And they were like, who? And I was saying who it was. And they were like, what? And I don't know why we all felt really scared. We were like, what does this mean?
Yeah.
But
was this the days? Was this Columbine days? Like
pre-Columbine.
Pre-Columbine.
So we were still scared, because we felt like something was up. But regardless, every now and then, though, and this is what I find weird. Every now and then, I will get a friend request on Facebook. Now, it's never her, but it's always the people in that particular circle that she tried to befriend.
Wait. Is it the gray shadowed person I was talking about earlier?
No,
where you don't have pictures?
A fake profile. It's a fake profile. It's always like some model looking person.
Oh, okay.
But the reason why I feel like it could be her is because the people who are friends with her, they're specific.
All the people from your high school.
Not all the people, but all the people that she was trying to befriend, and then me, right? And so one day I DM'd one of like an actual mutual friend. I'm like, do you know this person? She goes, no, I thought it was weird though, but I just accepted the friendship request because I didn't know. And I'm like, I think it's so-and-so. And she was like, oh, you're kidding. She goes, that's so true. So anyway.
The saga continues into your adulthood.
Weird. It's so weird.
She could be a 40-year-old woman.
I just want to say one more thing though. We have another person that I went to high school with. We were talking about the situation maybe a few years back. And she said, I feel very bad for her because I feel like she was confused about her identity. And I felt that she should not have gone about it that way. Mm-hmm. But I felt bad that we didn't show her more empathy.
Yeah,
and we only showed empathy for the victim.
Right.
And I just was like, I never looked at it like that because I had my own personal things that she was trying to do with me. So I was just like,
not for you.
But I looked back and I thought, wow, now that it takes an adult. And I think the difference between maybe my generation and your generation is I think you guys think about these things a lot earlier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And people are more about, these days people are like, this is my true self. And if you don't like me for who I am, if you don't accept me, then I will find people that will.
Right.
And we were in the generation where you really did have to try and fit in.
Right. Yeah. And I think you guys would have shown empathy. I do. And I think that my friend that did show empathy to her, the other person that I was telling you about, she was very forward thinking. At that point, I walked by like, don't even talk to me.
I don't even know if she was forward thinking, but I know who you're talking about. And she's very Christ-like. She's very about Christ. And I think she was just being Christ-like. She just thought, what would Christ do? And then she did it.
Well, I mean, I think so too. But at the time I thought, this is fake. Like you really being nice to her,
but the thing is that the girl had stuff against you specifically, so it wasn't really your role to be like welcoming.
Yeah. Hi, welcome back.
Welcome back.
Right.
Yeah, no, and I just want to say, like, whoever does know the story, because who knows, you could be watching. I do look at it differently. I don't think that anybody should have been tricked. I don't think catfishing was right, but I do think that there was more we could have done to accept and be there, because I just want to say, that person that did the tricking, when we had this like banquet, she went, but she was dressed in a tuxedo while all the other girls were dressed in dresses.
Right.
Now, nowadays, that's like what you want to do. That's your style. But back then, it was the 90s. Everyone was like, there was a lot of negative talk. We have all grown and evolved, I think, in our thinking and how we love and show love to others.
And acceptance.
Right. Yeah.
Right. So behind catfishing and behind a lot of the cases, some catfishing, and behind a lot of the cases of people trying to find who they are, there is a person that is just trying to be accepted, just trying to be loved. You were trying to be accepted in the Black community, be like, what's up, y'all?
Up? You know what I'm saying? What's up?
And we find that a lot of times we go down these crazy roads to get acceptance. I don't know. It's an opportunity for us to just look for opportunities to love other people, embrace them, and accept them.
Wow, what a great lesson on acceptance and just like trying to look on the other side of why people catfish. I feel like that was that's my takeaway from this.
Mm-hmm. Being kind to others. Yeah. You can always be kind to others.
And to really just be careful of who you're talking to on the internet as well.
Yeah.
Right. And this is even before the internet. This is just a phone. Be careful who you're talking to.
Phone.
Right.
Oh, bless you.
Okay, hey, accept me. I sneeze.
All right, guys. Anyways, thank you guys for joining us today, and we will see you again soon. Bye.
Bye.